What's the wildest thing you've seen a parent allow? I was just standing in line at the pharmacy minding my business when something slammed into the back of my head, hard. I turned around, stunned, and saw this little boy, maybe 6 years old, giggling while loading something else into a plastic slingshot. Before I could react, he fired again. This time it was a tiny metal toy car, and it nailed me right in the forehead. Instant pain. I reached up and my fingers came back red. The damn thing cut me. I'm standing there, bleeding in a Walgreens, trying to figure out if this is real life. So naturally, I start looking around for the kid's parent, expecting someone to rush over all horrified and apologetic. But no, I see this woman slouched in one of the plastic chairs by the wall, glued to her phone, completely ignoring the chaos her kid is causing. "Excuse me," I said, trying to keep it together even though my head is pounding. "Your son just hit me. I'm bleeding." She glanced up, barely made eye contact, and said, "He's just playing. Kids will be kids." I swear I thought I misheard her, but nope, she was already back to scrolling TikTok or whatever. The pharmacist behind the counter saw my forehead and called out, "Ma'am, are you okay? Do you need a bandage?" Before I could even answer, the kid bolted behind the counter, into the clearly marked staff-only area, and started pulling pill bottles off the shelves like he was on a scavenger hunt. The pharmacist froze. Stuff was falling everywhere, bottles crashing to the floor, controlled substances. This wasn't a candy aisle. Still, the mom didn't flinch, didn't call him back, didn't even look up. "Ma'am," the pharmacist said louder, now actually panicking, "you need to control your child. Those are prescription medications." The woman rolled her eyes, sighed, and said, "He's exploring. It's how children learn." That's when the elderly man behind me stepped in. "Young lady, your son could seriously hurt himself, or someone else. Those aren't toys." Right then, the kid came back into view, holding an orange bottle of pills. Before anyone could stop him, he popped the cap off like a pro and dumped the pills onto the floor. Then he stomped on them, crushed them into powder like grapes at a wine festival. The pharmacist lost it and rushed from behind the counter. "That's enough. Those are controlled substances. I'm calling security." And finally, the mom stood up. But instead of, parenting, she pointed at the pharmacist. "Don't you dare threaten my son. He's expressing himself." I couldn't take it anymore. My forehead was still bleeding, the kid was destroying everything, and now this woman was yelling at the staff for doing their jobs. I pulled out my phone and started recording. "So you're saying it's okay for your child to assault strangers and destroy medication?" Her eyes went wide. "Stop recording me right now or I'll—" "You'll what?" the elderly man interrupted. "Assault her? Like your son already did? I'm a witness, and I've already called the police." Her face changed, like instant switch from smug to, oh no. She grabbed her kid's arm, the first time I'd seen her even touch him, and tried to drag him toward the door. The kid dropped to the floor screaming like he'd been shot, full body tantrum, like he trained for this. The pharmacist moved fast and blocked the exit. "The police are already on their way," he said. "Those medications are worth thousands. We have everything on security footage." Suddenly, Mom's tone flipped again. "I'm so sorry," she said. "He has behavioral issues. I'll pay for everything, just please don't call the police." "Too late," said the elderly man as two officers walked through the sliding doors. Watching what happened next was like karmic therapy. The officers reviewed the footage, took statements, photographed my forehead. She got charged with negligent supervision, failure to prevent property damage, and leaving the scene of an injury. They even called child services. As they led her away, she turned and hissed at me. "This is your fault. He's just a child." I pressed the bandage the pharmacist had given me to my forehead. "No," I said. "This is what happens when parents don't parent." The elderly man patted my shoulder. "Some people shouldn't have children until they grow up themselves." Couldn't have said it better.